So you worked on like a lot of like missiles, like targeting certain places and such. So
then also I worked on with a lot of foreign countries.
Who'd you work with?
Well, I worked with NATO countries. Attended a lot of NATO conferences in the headquarters in Brussels, Belgium.
Oh wow!
And also I helped manage a lot of research projects on to the American-funded research projects to the former Warsaw Pact nations, communist nations.
Right, right, like Poland and such.
Yeah, after the fall of Soviet Union, and had a chance to visit those countries too.
Right. So, so you're working these jobs, and Dad and Sharon are born. What was it like raising Dad and Sharon?
Well, it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun, and sometimes a lot of problems, troubles.
What do you think the hardest part about raising kids is?
There are different problems in different phases of their life, and probably the hardest part was when they reach teenage, when they have their own ideas. But it's also fun.
Yeah. What do you think the most rewarding part about it is? Like something that you like is fun about raising kids?
Well, the most fun is that seeing them mature and grow up, and getting to college and doing well and graduated and getting good jobs.
Yeah. What do you think? So, what do you think is something that your parents taught you that you passed on to my dad and Sharon?
Well, I grew up, in the Chinese fashion, like Confucius ideas.
Yeah.
But and my children grew up like Americans, Western ideas. So quite different.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you worked with NATO countries, but you and Grandma, like I've seen, you guys travel a lot all around the world. I wanted to ask you about some of your favorite places that you've traveled to. Just in work and then in fun too, in retirement.
Well, we traveled to quite a few foreign countries and within America. Some of our really enjoyable trips on the river cruises, like the one on Danube River cruise from Vienna to the Black Sea, Romania, and back to Budapest, Hungary, and visiting my former colleagues in Hungary and Prague.
Oh right, your engineering colleagues.
Yeah.
From the Warsaw stuff.
Yeah.
What were your favorite places to travel in Asia?
I would say the trip to southwestern China, a place called Yunnan, is one of our favorite places. It's a place where a lot of different ethnic groups, Chinese ethnic groups, live. And bordering Tibet Laos,
Mhm.
Vietnam,
Yeah.
and Burma.
Mhm. So you've been really like all over the world, and
Yes,
I'm sure you've eaten a lot of food.
yes.
What do you think? What are some of your favorite foods that you've eaten around the world?
Well, French food probably is
Mhm.
very good,
Mhm.
and Chinese food.
Yeah.
One of our trips, 2 years after we were married,
Mhm.
in 1962, was a trip around Europe.
Mhm.
We bought a car, TR4 sports car
Oh wow.
in England, and flew it across the channel to
Mhm.
France and drove around
Wow.
for 40 days,
Jeez.
visit all the different countries.
That must have been quite a trip.
Yeah.
Um, so here's some like kind of like general questions. Like, so what do you think over your time? Like, what do you think some of the best advice you've ever received has been? Like, just like people giving you advice. What's some of the advice that you've taken most to heart?
Well, in terms of
Mhm.
professional work,
Mhm.
found that when you graduate from college, you should get a job where you have a chance to grow and learn,
Mhm.
rather than getting the highest paying job to
Mhm.
begin with.
Right.
Because learning on the job is the most uh, important thing in a career,
Mhm.
especially if your employer is willing to send you to graduate school
Right. Right.
and you learn something on the job.
Mhm. That's pretty good. Was there any advice that you would give to young people nowadays that you learned when you were growing up?
Well, follow your heart,
Mhm.
okay? Because you want to get in a profession that you're really interested in,
Mhm.
not necessarily the highest paying job.
Mhm. Right.
And be kind to others.
Right. Yeah. That's a big one. That's one my dad definitely taught me.
Uh-huh.
So you're getting older now, and I show up. Simon shows up. Ian and Grace.
Mm.
What's your favorite? What was your favorite part of being a grandparent?
Well, grandparenting means that we can have fun with the grandchildren without the responsibility,
Yeah.
and we can spoil them.
Yeah. It's true. It's true.
And we really enjoy all 4 grandchildren,
Mhm.
seeing the different phases of their growth.
Right. Right. Okay, so this was just a silly question I saw. So when you were in the army and you were part of the government, you had to work for the government, and I was wondering, over the time you've been in America, who has been your favorite president and why?
Oh, I would say, up to the time when I can remember or understand things.
Mm-hmm.
I guess 2 of my favorite presidents are Kennedy
Mm-hmm.
and Obama.
Wow, that's a pretty long time
Yeah.
difference. Why did you like Kennedy so much?
Well, he was able to stir up the people's interest,
Mm-hmm.
especially the young people.
Mm-hmm.
And give people the feeling of contributing to the country, what you can do for the country.
Right.
Unfortunately, he really didn't have enough time to realize his dream.
Yeah.
And Obama, he got a country that's really in a mess economically and so on. And he was able to improve the country's healthcare system and economics and international relations.
Right, right. Who was your least favorite president?
I'll say Nixon.
Yeah. Okay. So, during the time you're growing up, over your whole life, you probably had a lot of pets. What were some of your favorite pets that you've ever had
Oh,
growing up, or?
dogs.
Yeah. Did you have any dogs growing up in Hawaii or in China?
In China, we had a small dog that grew up. Also, a chicken in our backyard.
Oh wow! Did you get eggs from it, or was it just a pet?
Just a pet.
Yeah.
And well, you know our dogs
Yeah, yeah.
and cats.
Yeah, Grandma has a lot of pets.
Yeah.
Thanks for the interview, Paw Paw.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I think it was good.